Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and thanks a lot for making a little time to check the video out. Much appreciated. Today I'm going to give you guys some tips and advice on how to fish the naked chatterbait. And this is probably something you never tried before, something that really works good in the pre-spawn, specifically in the month of March. So I'm going to show you guys how to rig it up and sort of give you guys some tips and advice on where I like to fish it at. So real quick guys, before we get started, just want to remind everybody, if you haven't had a chance, please swing by fishthemoment.com. Check out our spring lake map breakdowns. I've been building these breakdowns for a while now. Got lakes for almost all the major lakes across the country. 40 GP, it gives you each map gives you 40 GPS waypoints and tips and advice on how to fish every one of those places. So if you want to learn more about your favorite lake, or if you got a lake you don't know much about, getting one of those spring Fish the Moment lake map breakdowns is a really good way to do it. So I'll put the Fish the Moment link in the description. You guys can check them out. Much appreciated. Okay guys, everybody here on YouTube is deluged by chatterbait videos. You're deluged by chatterbait videos and fluke videos. That's what we have a lot on here. So this is probably one you haven't seen before. I've actually briefly touched on this probably about a year and a half ago for you old timers that have watched it. But I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite early season setups. And this setup here specifically in the pre-spawn. It's like once you get past the pre-spawn, it doesn't really work that good. It's geared towards water temperatures in the 50s. If the lake you're fishing's got water temperature in the 50s and the fish have not started spawning yet, this is probably going to catch you some big fish. It's a big fish deal. It's not like a little fish bait. So anyway, let's start about the naked chatterbait. I just go with the old school chatterbait, guys. I don't use the jackhammers hardly ever. I catch a lot more fish on just the old school chatterbait here. Must be something with the vibration, but not to say the jackhammer's not a good bait. It's got great components, but guys, I just catch more fish on the regular chatterbait. I catch 2 to 1 on the regular chatterbait over the jackhammer. So this is the one I use in the 1/2 ounce size. You need to use a 1/2 ounce size for this technique. And normally, I haven't found blade color to make that much difference. I'm usually using a gold or black. It doesn't seem to matter a whole lot. This has got a black one here. The next thing I do, guys, is I take a 5-inch Megabass Spark Shad. This is a big swim bait. It's a fairly large, beefy profile swim bait. And I take the skirt off of the chatterbait and I simply thread the Spark Shad onto the chatterbait trailer. Now, it's really important, guys, that you go through perfectly straight on this, or it's not going to run right. So I'm going to go straight through it, get it where it's perfectly level. And guys, this is the simple setup for the naked chatterbait. This is like, what it does, it resembles a big gizzard shad, because in March, I think most of the big fish feed on big oversized gizzard shad, and that's what this does. This is this is a big profile bait. Spark Shad's got this flap and tail, large profile beefy body, and basically I'm just slow rolling this thing, fishing it slow just off the bottom on any of the key pre-spawn areas. These would be steeper banks, channel swings, short bluffs. Sometimes if I got a secondary point back in a creek that has a fairly sharp taper on it, I'll fish this around it, especially if you've got some type of steep bank with maybe some isolated laydowns around it. This is a really good deal. And also for you guys down south, this is an excellent thing to fish over grass beds. So if you're fishing lakes like Lake Gunnersville, some of the Lake Seminole, probably that type of deal, even in some of the Florida lakes, this naked chatterbait, what I call it, is a really good way to catch them. There's just something about a skirtless chatterbait that does really good in the month of March. And like I said, not a lot of people throw the thing. So give it a try, guys. Just take your chatterbait, get the skirt off of it, get you a 5-inch Spark Shad. I'll put the Baitworks link in the description. You guys can get them there if you're interested in getting some. Usually fishing it on 20-pound test, Seaguar and VizX line. And just, anytime I'm after good fish, most of the fish that hit this thing are going to be over 3 pounds. So it's a really good way to set it up. And I plan on fishing it over, we got 2 tournaments. We got a Grand Lake Toyota Series tournament next week, and then we got a BFL at Lake of the Ozarks, and I'll definitely be trying this in both of those tournaments. So hope it helps you guys catch some good ones, and we'll talk later. See you.